Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I shape and fill in my eyebrows because so many of you keep requesting this video. And as a little disclaimer, I'm in no way professional, I'm not a beauty therapist or anything, this is simply just how I do my own eyebrows. I understand this way isn't for everybody, so if you don't like my eyebrows, just exit now, but if you do want to see how I get my brows to look like this, just keep watching. So I start off by grooming my eyebrows, and for this you'll need a spoolie, tweezers, and some small scissors. I just use nail scissors. Then I take the spoolie and use it to brush my eyebrows outwards, and using the little scissors I'm trimming back any hairs that stick out along the top and side. Next I'm moving on to tweezing, and I start off by pulling out any stray hairs around my eyebrows that obviously will not be missed if they're gone. Then once all the strays are gone, I carefully pull out the hairs closer to the ones I want to keep. Now this is really easy to stuff up and overpluck. I even think mine are overplucked, but seriously it takes forever to grow out your eyebrows, which I don't have time for. So if you haven't plucked your eyebrows before, I highly recommend going to a beautician and getting them done professionally the first time. Then you can just keep pulling out the hairs that grow back from there instead of shaping them yourself. Then I pluck the stray hairs on the sides of my eyebrows. I've got those hairy European genes, and if I don't do this, my eyebrows actually connect up into my hairline, which, you know, isn't really the look I want to go for, so I'm just going to get rid of these. I also pluck the random hairs above my eyebrows, but only the stray hairs because I don't want to change the natural line of my eyebrow. And like I said before, I'm pretty hairy, so I'm just going to pluck out that monobrow. Then I move on to the other eyebrow and I do the exact same thing. Now I know eyebrows are supposed to be sisters, not twins, but mine look like distant cousins at best, and I've pretty much given up on trying to get them to look similar. Well, that is how I groom my eyebrows. Now it's time to fill them in. So I start off by brushing them into place with a spoolie, and today I'm going to show you how I fill in my eyebrows with my Sigma Brow Powder Duo in dark. I do have brow pencils and pomades, but I find powder is the easiest to work with, and it's what I normally use on an everyday look. I only use the darker side of this brow powder just because I feel like the lighter shade is too warm for my eyebrows, as my eyebrows are quite ashy toned. Now to me actually filling in my eyebrows. I always start by creating the end point, and I do this by starting about a third of the way at the end of my eyebrow and just drawing a line where my eyebrow should go. Then I start drawing a line along the bottom of my eyebrow to define it. And the best thing about using powder is that if you stuff it up, you can take a cotton tip and simply wipe it off without making a giant mess on your face. Once I've lined the bottom of my eyebrow, I usually thicken up the outer half of my brow by starting at the top of my arch and then filling it down to the end point. Then I sort of just start at the bottom of my eyebrow and work my way up, filling it in. And to fill in the beginning of my brow, I tilt my brush vertically and use small upward strokes, only using the product that's left on the brush, not dipping it back into the powder. Then to finish filling in my eyebrows, I line the top of my brow with any leftover product on the brush and blend any gaps. Then I'm just going back in with my spoolie to soften everything up and make sure it's all blended. Then I do my other eyebrow, and I'm pretty much doing the same thing, so I start off by filling in the end, then start from the bottom and work my way up. I feel like this eyebrow always turns out so much nicer than the other one. Does anyone else get that? One eyebrow's perfect and the other one's just a mess. Anyway, once I finish filling in my eyebrows, I set them in place with my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. This stuff is awesome because it makes your eyebrows so hard while still looking natural, so they stay in place until you take your makeup off. Then to finish off my eyebrows, I blend some highlighter into my brow bone and we are done. So this is what my eyebrows end up like. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe to my channel. I make new videos for you guys every week. I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next week. Bye guys!